Hello and welcome. My name is Evgeny Rusakov and you're watching TVP World, interview from Vilnius. Defense for the Baltic states has always been one of the key issues. Since 2022, it became the most important one, which is no wonder in fact. How strong is our defense? What have we learned from the war in Ukraine? Shall we be ready if the day X comes? To answer these questions, we are joined today by the retired colonel from the Association of Colonels and Team Europe Direct expert, Vaidotas Malinionis. Vaidotas, glad to see you back in our studio. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting.
Vaidotas, so, you've heard the topic. What is the situation with our defense capabilities at this specific moment?
Well, first of all, I would like to mention that Baltic states, including Lithuania and then, of course, Poland, we already bypassed defense expenditures more than 2% out of GDP, which is significant, and we are targeting to achieve 5%. Also, we have achieved significant progress in infrastructure, in coordination, procurement, and defense readiness, but we still have, some challenges. Yes, we have insufficient air defense capabilities because we see that Russia is using very widely, the attacks on civil infrastructure. So governments are working concerning air defense capabilities. Of course, we still have personal shortages because of the demography, and immigration from the country. Plus, we also struggling to enhance reservist capabilities. I know that in Lithuanian case, for example, they are increasing, numbers of reservists who are going via the refreshment training, which is a very good sign. Also, we still have, shortages in stockpiles, like for artillery and ammunition. Yes, so those are challenges. But generally talking, so we are integrating our plans, defense plans with NATO, and of course, common defense, common planning is vital. So I should say, we've done a lot, but if it is sufficient, I don't think so. We still work very hard because we don't see any progress that this war will stop or Russia will become peaceful nation any day. So it's not at least it's not in foreseeable future. We need to do more and probably faster because civil protection and civil defense, for example, is lagging. Also, some processes like in Lithuania, for example, we established commandant units. Yes, formation and training of those units is lagging. Also, we need.
Is it because of some bureaucratic issues, or what's the problem?
Could be bureaucratic issues, but I also don't see, proper political support and proper leadership. Yes, because nobody really from our highest
ranks,
yes, nobody shows any examples, because lead by example is vital here.
Well, talking about war in Ukraine, what kind of lessons have we, the Baltic states in general, and Lithuania maybe in specific, what have we learned from that war in Ukraine?
Yeah, what we learned that we still see that mass in warfare it matters, yes, because large-scale attacks.
You mean military personnel, right?
I mean firepower, okay. Yes.
Human power?
Human power, of course, is also very important, although tactics is changing a little bit. But it is vital, of course. Of course, what we can see that drones, artillery, and electronic warfare is now the key in this war, and the main tool which decides who will be winning. Of course, civil resistance, organization of civil resistance, and civil nations' will to fight is always important. So, and of course, timely our allies' support is essential. So that's the reason common planning, defense plans are very, very, very crucial and important. And for the Baltic states, for Lithuania, we still, need to work on stockpiles, on ammunition, and on resilience, and on drones. So we still have a lot of homework to do. And I also would like to emphasize that not machines very important, but organizations very important, industry is very important, because it's not worth to buy right now, for example, 10,000 or 20,000 or more drones. It's better to establish capability, the industrial capability, and also train our personnel. The investment into personnel is always the best solution if you are preparing for something.
Suwalki corridor, how vital is it for the Baltic states?
It is important because in case it will be cut by Russian forces, that corridor, we will have supply lines only via air or sea lines of communications, and that is also slows down a lot of support and speed in war. Timely delivery, timely support is vital. That's the reason our NATO is also paying attention to this Suwalki corridor, and it is priority. Suwalki corridor is known even in the United States. They are talking about it, and plus, beside Baltic states, Poland is also reinforcing. They are deploying their units and forces
from there.
From Polish side, yes, along Kaliningrad and along Suwalki corridor. So it is important, and it will stay important for a long time, because it connects us with the mainland, and it ensures ground lines of communication in case of need.
Okay. Again, you've mentioned the Baltic Sea, and there's my next question then about the Baltic Sea. Is it well defended from the possible aggression?
Since Finland and Sweden joined NATO, Baltic Sea became, as we can name it, Lake of NATO. But nevertheless, we still have
Kaliningrad.
We still have Kaliningrad, and Russia has A2AD capability. They have rocket systems. They can also pretty effectively, disturb our operations in the Baltic Sea. But I know that NATO is also getting ready and is ready to utilize plans how to suppress Kaliningrad region if needed. So, but we need strong sea denial, coastal defense, and also we need to increase our mining warfare capabilities. And of course, we also rely on our other NATO partners to ensure that Baltic Sea is secure for us.
Okay, again, coming back to what you've already mentioned, drones. So, because this war in Ukraine is sometimes called war of drones, and well, it's no wonder why. So, how confident do we, the Baltic states, feel in this specific area?
Well, of course, Baltic states, and particularly Lithuania, we are studying very closely how drones capabilities are utilized in Ukraine. And we see that Ukraine now is a leading nation, along with Russia, of course, in drone production and utilization of drones. So our industry is also contributing to the development of better drones, and our industry is also providing some anti-drone systems, also drone systems. And also Lithuania is investing in the swarm technology, drone swarm technologies, and not only that, we also training units. We already established special units in our armed forces, which has a goal to use drones and to train the drones. Besides, we also have civilian initiatives. For example, in Vilnius, we also know that Mayor of Vilnius allocated specific space and possibilities for training for the reservists, for the members of Riflemen Union, how to place for training and for improvement of the drone technology. So I think it is very important, and of course, now we are facing the shift from big and expensive drones to smaller and cheaper drones, which can be produced and modernized much faster than before.
So this Bayraktar drone, in the beginning of the war, it was used very, very often. For some reason, it ended up giving way to other drones. How come that happened?
Yeah, this is only proof that drone technologies are evolving very fast. And today, this technology is very effective. The same happens with Bayraktar. But of course, enemy is also adjusting their air defense capabilities. And due to adjustment of air defense capabilities, electronic warfare capabilities, and kinetic defense capabilities, Bayraktar became less effective. Yes,
less effective.
Yeah, less effective, much less effective, and of course the Ukrainians are still using for reconnaissance, but not definitely not in the same way as we were using Bayraktar at the beginning of full-scale invasion in 2022. And in 2022, it demonstrated as a very effective technology.
Okay. Again, coming back to human power, how important is this in our today's realities of war?
Human power is most important. It's critical because drones and artificial intelligence cannot operate alone.
That's right.
And wars are won not by drones, not by tanks, but by human beings. So humans are most important. And
properly trained.
Of course, they must be trained, they must be supplied, they must have enough numbers, and they have to have the will to fight. Like in Ukrainian example is, we can see that much smaller nation than Russia, but because of will to fight, will to defend their independence, they are still fighting, and we can say that they are fighting very effectively.
Okay, and my last question, briefly, do you think Russia could attack NATO, and if so, would the Baltic states be ready to deter an attack? Let's say it happens this year, I don't know.
Okay, so
this year, 2 years, in 2 years, in 5 years, what's your take on this?
Well, at this time, I don't. At least now, or this year, or even next year, I don't think that a big invasion is possible. But nevertheless, of course, Russia can, and they are doing it. They are, taking hybrid offense measures. To mention cyber attacks, to mention disruptions of the cable systems in the Baltic Sea. They cut 5 cables this year, yes, and also other provocations. Plus, they also can utilize migrants which are in our countries, which means that we must be ready, and we must be ready as a state, not only stay alert, but also to think about measures and to mitigate the challenges and dangers that we can face.
Vaidotas, I guess there's nothing more to add. I guess you've said everything. So thank you for joining us today, and I really hope to see you some other time.
Thank you. And of course, by advantage, the unity of NATO, I think, is essential in this war. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I would like to remind our viewers that our guest for today was a retired colonel from the Association of Colonels and Team Europe Direct expert, Vaidotas Malinionis. You're watching TVP World. Stay with us.